If you want to land more brand deals, get more visibility with the decision makers at your favorite brands, and have some long-term career opportunities, LinkedIn is the platform. And honestly, it's the platform most creators are ignoring, but trust me, should not be. Most creators look at LinkedIn as too corporate or not for us, and I'm here to tell you that is incredibly wrong. This is really the elephant in the room. LinkedIn is a sleeping giant that no one is talking about, and creators are so sparse on this platform that if you're joining into LinkedIn now, you're really getting in kind of on this first wave of creators. And the best part, in comparison to TikTok or Instagram, LinkedIn is not a platform where you need to post every day. It will be easy and low lift, I promise. So today we're going to be breaking down what we need to know about LinkedIn's algorithm as creators, why you actually don't need to post often to grow, and what you should be posting to help get brands' attention. At the end of this video, I'm going to share with you also my brand partnership rates because I know this part can be really tricky for creators, and we're going to talk about it in a way that's really easy, I promise. Plus, all of the timestamps are down below, so let's get right into it. So how does LinkedIn's algorithm actually work? Let me explain it because it's actually really simple. So when you go and create a post on LinkedIn, basically it is going to live kind of like any other post on Instagram or TikTok where you're probably going to get some good interaction once it first goes live. But unlike Instagram or TikTok in many cases where you post it and then a couple weeks later, it's pretty much forgotten and completely dead, LinkedIn has the opportunity to really easily revive these posts and essentially bring them right back to the top of people's news feed. So say you post something on LinkedIn and a week later I happen to see it. If I comment or like that post, it's going to literally go all the way up to the top of the algorithm again. Not only that, but anytime I interact with someone else's content, it's actually going to show that content to the people who follow me. So now you're not only reaching the people who follow you or are connected with you, you're also, if people are interacting with your posts, reaching the people who follow or are connected with them. So LinkedIn really offers you this opportunity to kind of reach like second tier people outside of the ones who you're already connected with for free. This is one of the reasons that I personally feel like if you are posting quality content on LinkedIn in a smaller frequency, you can still have a lot of success on the platform. Whereas on TikTok or Instagram, it feels like you have to post really often to actually make these posts do what you want them to do. One of the things that I love to do on LinkedIn is specifically create content that garners engagement and is going to get people excited to comment, because I know just how powerful commenting and liking content really is for getting it again out to those kind of second tier people. So what are the things that creators specifically can post on LinkedIn? I want to give you a bunch of different ideas because this really should not be hard. I promise it's going to be low lift. The way I look at LinkedIn in general is basically think about the things that you would post on Instagram or on TikTok. We want basically the business perspective of those things to be posted on LinkedIn. So for example, say you are posting a brand partnership on Instagram about your 5 favorite beauty products. Okay. That's great for Instagram, great for TikTok, but LinkedIn, probably not the place to be sharing beauty products because people are really there to kind of learn and connect and more business related things, not necessarily beauty products. So what we might want to do there is talk about how we shot the content or why we think the content went viral or how we landed the partnership or things like that can show us the business brain behind the things that we're sharing on Instagram and TikTok. So this is kind of like a behind the scenes insight or kind of part of your creator journey that people are getting to go along with. Maybe you're going to share about a challenge you overcame, or maybe a part of your creator journey that really sticks out to you. These kind of things are perfect for LinkedIn. The second kind of category here is more education or thought leadership. And when we think of thought leaders, these are really the people that are kind of sharing the maybe like things that people don't want to say or are too scared to say in their industry or in their niche. And they're really becoming the ones who are leading the way for the way the industry thinks. So if you're someone who thinks outside the box and has these like deep thoughts or maybe unpopular opinions about things happening in your niche, LinkedIn is perfect for this. One of the things that I actually think is really cool about posting this type of content specifically is actually, for me, this has been one of the ways that I have actually gotten the most press opportunities or like being featured in digital outlets. This is how I started writing for Forbes. These are the things that I think a lot of writers for these digital outlets are looking for, because it kind of inspires stories. And if they see it from you first, chances are they'll probably want to get at least a quote from you. And it's a really easy way to get featured in these outlets. Another thing that could be really cool here is sharing some portfolio highlights or career highlights in general. This, obviously, we don't have these every single week to share. Most of us don't. If you do, fabulous. This is what you can share. But people love to celebrate on LinkedIn. And I think people get usually really nervous on other platforms to like brag or humble brag about things. LinkedIn is the platform to brag on. Like, we want to hear about this award you won. We want to hear how you were featured in XYZ magazine. Like, whatever it is, like, this is perfect content for LinkedIn. Plus, it also, because this is kind of like your business building platform or portfolio, when brands come to it, they can see all of these accomplishments. And again, I think it adds a lot of authority to you and your industry. Another thing I really love to share on LinkedIn is anytime I have any sort of commentary on things that are happening in my industry. For example, as someone who mostly talks about social media, whenever a new social media trend or piece of news or Instagram makes this big algorithm change or whatever it might be, whenever these new features come out, I love to share my opinions on them because it is something that's really relevant in my industry at that moment. Other people are probably talking about it, or maybe I'm the first person telling them about it. And again, that helps them look to me as an authority. So these typically are great posts to generate kind of like opinion-based conversation, have people really share their thoughts and feelings about these new things happening in our industries. And so I love to share this type of content. And as a bonus here, this isn't really like a post idea, but it is one thing I want to share about the algorithm on LinkedIn. We may look at LinkedIn and think of it as a mostly text heavy platform, right? Like most people who are sharing content, they're sharing, paragraphs of text. Let me tell you, LinkedIn video is having a moment. It is huge. So anytime you have video that you can post on LinkedIn, even if it's like literally, selfie style video of you saying what you're going to write in a post, I actually think this is a really, really good way to kind of hack the algorithm, because LinkedIn video is truly getting pushed out so much because there's just not a lot of video content on the platform in comparison to other platforms. So as they're trying to really populate that, it's a great opportunity for us to ride that wave. So how much is enough when it comes to posting? I will be so honest, I post once per week on LinkedIn. I try to make it a high quality conversation starting post so that it can really live on throughout at least that whole week. But I really think if you want this to be just like a low lift platform where you're active on it, but it's not your main platform, posting once per week is fine. If you have extra things you want to share, things pop up that you want to comment on, 2-3 times is even better. Fabulous. But don't stress this as a platform platform that you need to post on every day. If you're feeling overwhelmed or even really excited about LinkedIn, LinkedIn is a huge part of what I teach for creators who are trying to land brand partnerships. And we do this a lot in our creator membership called Soulcial Suite, where there's over 150 other creators who are learning how to monetize more consistently and get paid more fairly every single day. LinkedIn is a huge part of what we call our anti-pitch method, because I really think sending cold pitches is so dead. It is so not worth your time. And so we actually teach how to use LinkedIn to do this. Within Soulcial Suite, we actually have a mini course that is all top to bottom, how you can use LinkedIn to actually land brand partnerships. And that's just one piece of Soulcial Suite. We have so many other opportunities to connect with other creators, get the accountability you need, but also get the education that you need as well. Plus, you have access to me whenever you need it for any questions that you might have along the way. If you want more information about Soulcial Suite, make sure to check out the link in the description. But before you go, I promised I would share my brand partnership rates with you. I use something called the fair pricing method, which we do have a free worksheet in the description that will help you actually calculate your rates using this same method. This method takes into consideration things like your follower count, how targeted your audience is, how engaged your audience is, as well as the reach of your content, because all of these things are important. So considering that my Instagram reel rate is about $2,000 per reel as someone with less than 30K followers, and on TikTok around the same follower count, and I charge about $1,000 per TikTok video there. So if you have any questions, always let me know. I hope this video was super helpful, and I will see you guys next week.